This is Busch Stadium, St. Louis, the home of the Cardinals, who have a 2-3 record. Today, they play host to the New Orleans Saints, who come in here with a 1-4 record. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Bender, and alongside me, a 12-year veteran with the Baltimore Colts, Tom Matty. Tom, the Cardinals are in a corner. They don't have any games to spare.
They sure don't. They were 1-3 last week. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles 21-17 up there in a very close ball game. They need this game to stay in contention, Gary.
The Saints, on the other hand, Hank Stram, they're 1-4, but he hasn't panicked.
He sure has, and he's got a young ball club. He feels like he could stay with these young kids. He's bringing them along. His schedule eases up in the second part of the season. He's looking for some victories towards the end of this year.
They're going to have to make a change, though. Archie Manning was hurt against Los Angeles. They're going with Bobby Scott.
Bobby Scott, a completely different entity, you might say, in that backfield. He's a drop-back passer. He's the kind of guy that you got to go with in this. They also got Douglas at quarterback also.
All right, we're ready to go now with the opening kickoff of this game. The last meeting between these two clubs in 1974. The Saints winning that game 14-0. You're looking at Jim Bakken, who's getting ready to kick off to the Saints, who won the toss and elected to receive. And it's going to be caught short of the 20 to the 25-yard line. This is Greg Boykin, and Boykin moves the ball out close to the 40-yard line. Let's set it now offensively for the New Orleans Saints. There's Scott at quarterback and two excellent second-year running backs in Chuck Muncie and Tony Galbraith. The wide receivers, the veteran John Gilliam, Henry Childs, the tight end, the veteran Don Herman at the other wide receiver. They've lost three wide receivers to injury. Offensive line, Montgomery, Steve, Hill, Sanders, Morrison. They've allowed thus far 21 sacks. We're at now the 36-yard line. First down. In motion comes Henry Childs. Bobby Scott with a play action on first down, throwing. And to the near side, a fine grab is made by the veteran Don Herman. And speaking of defenses, here's the Cardinal forward wall. Ron Yankowski starting. Bob Bell is out with strained ligaments in his knee. Dawson, Davis, Zook. Zook coming back after some problems with the leg. Young linebacking. Arneson, the veteran, on the right. Carney and Steve Niels on the left side. All-Pro Roger Worley, Lee Nelson getting his third start at left cornerback. In motion again is Childs, a first down. There's the give to Chuck Muncie. Muncie to the 45 of St. Louis, to the 44-yard line. Making the tackle is Ken Reeves. And there's the men in charge of today's game. The referee, Red Cashin. Umpire, Art Demas. Ed Marion, the head linesman. Line judge, Jack Fetty. John Fouts, the back judge. The field judge is Bill Kingzett. Second down, 2. At the 43.5-yard line of St. Louis. Bottom of the screen is Herman. Gilliam at the top. Scott gives off to Galbraith. Galbraith from Fulton, Missouri has the first down. Inside the 40 to the 38. Mike Sensabaugh making the stop.
Sensabaugh does get a hold of it. There's a follow-up by the middle linebacker.
Tony Galbraith, they had a day for him here. Fulton, Missouri's down here in force to watch him play. He played, of course, at the University of Missouri. It's a first down. In motion again, the tight end Childs. Scott, play action. Wide open, Childs. Kenny Reeves, number 36, coming up on the play, but Childs was open at the 35-yard line. Henry Childs, by the way, with 9 catches coming in today's activity out of Kansas State. Brings up second down, 10 yards to go. We're just underway the first series. Got to change now as the Cardinals brought in a fifth defensive back. Mike Dawson coming out of the attack. Second down, 10. You see the eye, they now split out. Hank Stram, a very innovative coach. Second and 10, Scott. Don Herman. And Herman is inside the 35, knocked out of bounds by Lee Nelson. So third down now, 5, and it's interesting to me how many new sets and looks you get with the Saints, Tom.
I tell you, they come out with about everything in the world. Every formation they come out, these guys are bouncing around, moving in motion.
You kind of get the feeling that Stram's going to pull out all the stops today. He wants this one.
Well, 1 and 4, you don't have much to do other than that.
Third down now. 5 yards to go from the 34. Scott again. He's got wide open Henry Childs. And Childs couldn't get there, but I don't know what happened on that play, Tom Natty, but Childs couldn't have been any more open.
There had to be a mix-up on the defense, Gary. He just popped right down the middle seam on a zone, broke wide open.
Boy, that's got to be a frustrating feeling, both for Scott and Childs. It's going to bring up now a 4th down. But Childs right down the middle, and coming in is going to be Rich Zarro. There's Hank Stram. You can see, boy, was that close, he's saying. Zarro, by the way, has kicked only 3 field goals. He's 1 of 3 thus far, scoring 14 points. Well, wait a minute. Yep, there he is, and Tom Blanchard's going to hold. Zarro, a left-footer, out of Harvard, a native of Poland. As you can see, he led the National Football League in field goal percentage. And Zarro's got it zeroed in, but it's wide left. It looked like for a moment that might make it.
I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of leg in that.
And so Zarro can't get it to drop it in, and the Cardinals will take over. Their possession going to be marked outside the 30 as they'll bring it out to the line of scrimmage, the 34-yard line. At the 34, St. Louis with the football. But you can see in the early going, New Orleans moving the ball. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals and the National Football League is prohibited. From the 34. Running backs, Metcalf and Morris. This is Terry Metcalf across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Let's set it now offensively for the Big Red. Jim Hart, Terry Metcalf, and Wayne Morris. Metcalf and Morris have become quite a tandem back there. Mel Gray, who's caught a pass in 49 straight games, along with Ike Harris and J.V. Kane. And that big forward wall, only 6 sacks allowed. The All-Pros of Banks, Dobler, and Deerdorf. Finney and Young. Outstanding front offensive line for the Cardinals. 2nd down, 7. Jim Hart off to Metcalf. Metcalf dragged down from behind. Excellent defensive effort that time by the strong safety, Chuck Christ, who came up. Defensively, setting the Saints, a club that has an excellent front four. In fact, coming into this game, they have 12 sacks. Bob Pollard, Alex Price, Derlin Moore, Lois Grooms. Grooms a real surprise this year. Merlot has a touchdown interception. Fetterspiel and Westbrooks. Fetterspiel with 16 tackles last week. Jackson, Chapman, Kristen Myers, the deep 4. 3rd down, 6. Hart back. Good protection. This is Mel Gray. And Gray at the 50-yard line. Ernie Jackson making the tackle, but it's a 1st down for the Cardinals. Beautifully thrown ball that time by Jim Hart.
Last week and this week, Jim Hart is really throwing that ball super well. Here he is setting up right back in the pocket. Drills that ball. Mel Gray comes back under control, catches it.
He's always looking for more running room, isn't he?
You don't want to give it to him either. When that guy gets a hold of it, he can fly.
You know, Jim Hart, what a courageous performance by him last week. He got a game ball, 17 of 25, playing under pain. This week, he's healthy. 1st down, just across the 50-yard line. Wayne Morris. And Morris is for 3 yards, moving the ball to the 47-yard line. Good reaction that time by the linebacking corps. Greg Westbrooks, a former standout at the University of Colorado. Not very big. He was a safety at Colorado, weighs in at 217. But they feel that he is tough and mean.
Their whole linebacker corps, Gary, are pretty small, but they're mobile, and they move along that line of scrimmage as well as I've seen any linebacker corps going.
2nd down, 8, a gain of 2 on that last play as they mark it at the 47. Zarro attempting a field goal, missing. The Cardinals have taken over from the 34, now at the 47 of New Orleans. On a delay to Wayne Morris. And Morris is to the 42-yard line. Derlin Moore, who's from Poplar Bluff, Missouri. One of 3 Missouri natives in this New Orleans ball club. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 2 to go. Let's make it 3 to go.
Looks like they're going to come in with their short yardage offense. Jackie Smith coming in at tight end to go with the 2 tight end offense, bringing another big lineman in number 51 coming in the game, too.
Tom Brahaney. Now, they bring Brahaney in, and he's actually playing as a tight end. He will be in a wing position as he lines up. Very unusual. Never caught it fast, but he'd like to.
All those linemen like to catch that ball.
3rd and 3. This is Metcalf, and Metcalf trying to get the first down, and he got it, just lowering his head. Good second effort by Terry Metcalf. Good block that time by Wayne Morris, and that's one thing about Morris. He is a fine blocker.
You can see Metcalf. He picks his hole as well. Morris is leading outside. Takes the linebacker head on, drives him to the outside. A great block. That's what the back has got to do. He's got to open that hole to the inside on short yardage, and the back has the opportunity to pick his hole from there.
You saw Metcalf weighing in at all of maybe 185 pounds, just really lowering his head. That shows you something. First down now, just inside the 40 at the 39 of the Saints. No score. Harden, play action. Good protection again. Throwing, Mel Gray is down there. Touchdown.
Boy, did Hart have that protection that time. He just stepped right up in there. 38-yard touchdown pass.
Mel Gray wide open, the great speed that he has. And Jim Hart tossing the touchdown pass. Clarence Chaplin tried to get back on the play, but he was beaten badly. That's the 5th touchdown pass of the year for Jim Hart.
Here he is, Hart setting up play action. Makes the draw, then the sweep to Metcalf. He's got maximum protection in there, and Hart just lays that ball out. And there he is. I'll tell you that, Mel Gray can fly.
What a threat he is. Point after attempt now by Jim Bakken. And Bakken got it. And the Cardinals have taken a 7-0 lead. 9 minutes, 6 seconds left to go in this first quarter. A 38-yard touchdown pass from Hart to Gray.
Schlitz Light.
Schlitz Light beer has a third fewer calories than our other fine beer, and all the taste beer drinkers expect from Schlitz.
Is that what he always drinks? Yep, it's his beer. It's the only light beer with gusto. Oh, yeah? Schlitz Light.
Beer drinkers know it took Schlitz to bring the taste to light.
Inside this new Firestone radial tire is an improved steel cord with 5 million miles of developmental testing. Where once we used 5 strands, we now use 10 strands of steel. 7 around 2, wrapped by 1. A cord construction so important, Firestone named the tire for it. 7, 2, 1. The new steel-belted radial 721. Now, from Firestone.
Jimmy Bakken will be kicking off. The Cardinals have taken a 7-0 lead on a 38-yard touchdown pass from Jim Hart to Mel Gray. Motti, number 84, is back deep. Motti 6th in the National Football Conference in punt returns and also in kickoff returns. This is going to be Motti, a rookie out of Penn State, at the 20-yard line. The 25, and Motti breaks it out the 30 to the 34-yard line. So at the 34, they'll get it. Well, looking ahead now to the CBS Sports Spectacular, we have a World Motorcycle Jumping Championship. Rex Blackwell and Gary Wells of the USA. They're going to go over 100 feet over 20 cars, and another jump 110 feet over 22 cars for $20,000 in first prize money. And also the Women's Junior Gymnastics Invitational. Junior gymnastic stars from the U.S., Czechoslovakia, Russia, Romania. We'll continue with more of that Sports Spectaculars. Chuck Muncie carrying the ball, and he's moving. He's across the 50 all the way down to the 48-yard line of St. Louis. Mike Sensabaugh made the stop as Muncie showing amazing ability, but there is a flag on the play.
Here's Muncie coming across. It's a sweep play. Watch big number 79 leading it out. Muncie breaks to the inside, sees the hole. He is a big, strong back. He just runs over Sensabaugh, keeps it going.
Chuck Muncie coming in here with 287 yards rushing. Last year, 652 yards, and he was hurt a lot of the year. Number 1 draft pick last year for the Saints, but a penalty against New Orleans. Let's pick it up now as Red Cashin will tell us what happened. .32, Kim Jones would be the man guilty on that play of holding. moving the ball back to the 26-yard line.
That nullifies a great 18-yard run by Muncy.
First down now, 17 yards to go. The bottom of the screen, Herman flanked out. Little dump, broken up by John Zook. Big John Zook with a big paw reached up and batted that ball down, and he was close to picking off one.
That's a defensive lineman's dream. Watch him come across the line as quick as he can, boy. This is just a quick flare pass out. You know, this could almost have been a lateral right there. And Zook reaches up there. If he could pick that off, he's got a clear sailing right in the end zone. That's another 7 for St. Louis.
Oh, it's going to bring up second down. 17 yards to go. Bobby Scott started 8 games last year for the Saints, completed over 54% of his passes, but had not thrown a pass in the regular season prior to today. Scott back to throw. Got a lot of running room. He dumps it off to Galbraith. Tony Galbraith, who's second in the NFC in receiving with 24 catches, just couldn't hang on to that one.
He took his eye off that one. That's when he's up there in front, he knows somebody's going to hit him right after he catches it. But you got it. Whenever you touch that ball, you know, in playing with Unitas, the one thing, if we ever got our hands on that thing, we were expected to catch it.
Or not come back to the huddle.
Yeah, you didn't want to come back to the huddle, Gary.
Third down, 17. Herman to the bottom of the screen. There's the third down efficiency. Thus far in 77. Scott back to throw on third down and 17. Got a lot of time. Don Herman. Looked like Herman was going to be right there, and all of a sudden it went out of his reach. And Lee Nelson, number 38, a 15th-round draft choice last year, who's playing in the place of Terry Smith, almost got it.
Herman really got decked by Sensabaugh after that, too, because he really popped him.
Fourth down, and Tom Blanchard, the second leading punter in the NFC with a 42.5 average, comes in. He was talked out of retirement this year by Hank Stram. He wanted to go back and teach school in Grants Pass, Oregon. Metcalf is back for the Cardinals. 7-0, St. Louis.
Metcalf does everything, babes. Don't let him get a free hand back there.
Blanchard, they're putting a return on. Beautiful kick by Blanchard. Metcalf at the 29 of St. Louis. And he has no place to go. Lee Gross is there to lead the charge at the 33-yard line. And the Cardinals have the football. With 8:26 to go, first quarter play. The Cardinals lead New Orleans 7-0.
Introducing the Ford in your future, the new Ford Fairmont. A new car designed for today and the years ahead. At 33 miles per gallon highway, 23 city, Fairmont has the highest mileage ratings in its class. Yet it has 90% of the head, leg, and shoulder room of most large cars. And base sticker prices for the Fairmont line start at just $35.89. Fairmont, roomy but with mileage like a small car, and the lowest sticker price in its class. Test drive Fairmont, the newest, better idea from Ford.
Should have bought Mobile One. The wireless saves you gas, you know.
Should have bought Mobile One. Helps you start at 35 below.
Should have bought Mobile One. Engine temperature hits 500. You're cool.
Should have bought Mobile One. You only change it every 15,000 miles.
Mobile One, the oil that does it all. Take it from an expert.
Well, we told you we we're going to complete that CBS Sports Spectacular, and the reason we want to, we have a most interesting thing. The world's strongest men competition, the wheelbarrow competition. 750 pounds. They have to take it 30 yards next Saturday right here.
I wonder what those wheelbarrows are full of.
I don't know. From the 33, in motion is Metcalf. Jim Hart, fake pitch to Ike Harris. They scored on a touchdown last week against Philadelphia on this very play. He's to the 50-yard line. Ike Harris to the 43. That play against Philadelphia last week went for a touchdown.
It sure did. It's a great fake by Jim Hart. He sets up, fakes that run. Here we get a chance to see it again. Watch the fake by Hart. He really pitches it out. The defensive line just flows that way. And watch, Harris waits for his offensive blockers to get in front of him. That's why a receiver's got to wait. If he's out there naked, boy, he ain't going to go no place.
You see that block by Bob Young. He really cut down Joe Fettersfield, the middle linebacker. First down inside the 45. That was the 19th catch of the year for Ike Harris. This is Terry Metcalf. He wants to throw. And J.B. Kane has got it. J.B. Kane at the 37-yard line. Kane with his 13th catch, and that shows you what Terry Metcalf can do. Just short of the first down. Look at this score, would you?
Oh, boy. I'll tell you, Philadelphia was coming last week. They've got a good ball club. 7-6 at halftime there. Dallas is going to probably have to sweat this one out a little bit.
Well, they've had 2 big wins against St. Louis and Washington. They might have a tough time against the Eagles emotionally. Philadelphia giving the Cardinals a scare. There's J.B. Kane and Roger Finney. Jim Hart right now really on target. 2nd down, 3. To Metcalf. And Metcalf to the 35 and hit very, very hard. Joe Fetterspiel last week with 13 unassisted tackles, and also Eloise Grooms coming over to make that tackle. They're going to be short of that first down by a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd. Now J.B. Kane, Smith, Green Bay trying to win their second one.
I'll tell you, they need that game. Bart Starr, I hope he comes up because he's one of the all-time great people in football.
Green Bay's only win coming against these very same New Orleans Saints, the first game of the year. For Haney, Smith, and Kane now under the short yardage, 3rd down and a yard. Hart up to Wayne Morris, and he's got it. Wayne Morris having quite a collision that time with Tommy Myers.
And Tommy Myers didn't like it either. He just rolled backwards on that one.
Tommy Myers, I tell you, the Cardinals think a lot of him. Don Coryell was telling me they tried to trade for him a couple of years ago.
It's a kid that can do it all, I'll tell you.
First down, the ball just inside the 35 of the Saints. The Cardinals scoring first in this game on a 38-yard touchdown pass from Hart to Gray after Zarro missed a 51-yard field goal attempt. Running backs Morris and Metcalf. Jim Hart giving off to Wayne Morris. Morris inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Gary Morris has a quick start. If we get a chance later on, I'd like to show that he really hits that hole as fast as any back I've ever seen. That's when you'll be able to pick it up.
Well, you wanted to see it? Let's look at it.
Let's take a look at it right now. You can see how quick he is off the ball. He comes right up that line. Boom, and he gets that decision. He can make that cut right off where those off it.
Well, we have the Giants and Redskins going after each other in the NFC Eastern Division, and Washington leading that one.
That's another tight game. The Giants are an improved ball club this year. Washington really needs us to stay in contention.
2nd down, 5 after a 5-yard gain. Jerry Latin now in the lineup with Morris, and this is Morris again, and Morris trying to get that first down. Morris to the 21-yard line. Straight ahead, Bob Pollard making the tackle. Number 82 for the Saints as Wayne Morris, coming into this game, had gained 164 yards, caught 7 passes. Just short of the 20-yard line, first down again. St. Louis, diversified attack, the number 1 passing team in the NFC. Morris again.
Oh.
Morris tripped up, but look at the quick feet, and they change of direction.
That's quite a 1-2 combination with he and Metcalf, but Lattin's in there right now. Prior to this play, Morris was 5 for 21 yards. That's not bad for the first quarter.
Alex Price, defensive tackle, was the guy that tripped him up. You look at this forward wall of New Orleans. They're no slouches. They have 12 sacks. They set a record last year for New Orleans, 39. They're quick. They're active. Good linebacking. It's now 2nd and 6. Hart on a delay to Jerry Latin. He's to the 10, 5, and Lattin's to the 2-yard line. Jerry Latin dropped by Jim Merlo and Tom Myers, and right now, nothing fancy. They're just running right at him.
This is a great call. Here's Hart setting up as a pass. It's just a quick draw right up the middle. Look at the big man get the block. Latin makes his cut, breaks a couple tackles there, keeps his legs going, and drives it down. He's right down there at about the 2-yard line. Merlo and Myers made the tackle. This defensive ball club is young. They've kept them in the ball game so far this year, stopping the Rams last week for 14 points.
Right now, the Cardinals are the first and goal at the 2. Latin in motion, Wayne Morris, and Morris is in for the touchdown. Wayne Morris, his 2nd touchdown of the year, tracks in. And the Cardinals have jumped on top 13-0. Impressive blocking, Diversified attack, the running of Morris on that particular drive was the key.
You're darn right. Wayne Morris deserved to get in that. You know, you work all the way down the line, and you're carrying that ball as much as he has. You know, you like to give it to the guy that's worked that hard.
Bakken point after attempt. And the Cardinals now lead at 14-0. So with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in this first quarter, the Cardinals have had the ball twice, and they have scored twice.
Cold night, Bob. Did you put in the Prestone antifreeze?
Prestone. Who needs Prestone?
Prestone. You need Prestone. If your antifreeze is worn out or you don't have enough, you could be in trouble. So put in a fresh fill of Prestone, too, to prevent corrosion and freeze-ups.
Prestone! We need Prestone!
Prestone. You need Prestone.
This Monday night, an encore presentation of Bing Crosby's 50th anniversary special. Join us at 9:30, 8:30 Central and Mountain.
The Cardinals with a 14-0 lead. That was a 67-yard drive in 9 plays. Took almost 5 minutes before Wayne Morris cracked in. Bakken to kick off. The Cardinals right now hitting on all cylinders offensively. Motti has it at the 9. He's to the 20, the 25, and brings it out to 31 and really hit there. Tim Black, who is activated for this game, the rookie out of Baylor over there first. Looking ahead next week on the CBS Sports NFL activity. Atlanta, boy, they've been a surprise going against Minnesota.
They sure have. They've only given up 22 points up to today. I don't know what's happening up there yet.
Well, Philadelphia stays in the division against Washington after playing Dallas today, and Chicago, Green Bay, that old black and blue division. Detroit, Dallas, the Rams, New Orleans, and Tampa Bay and San Francisco. 2 teams that might be looking for their first win.
San Francisco, probably the team that was touted as one of the high ball clubs around this year and just haven't produced anything. They're 0-5 going in today.
Galbraith on first down, trying to move forward, and Tim Carney, the middle linebacker, met him in the hole. That time, Galbraith kind of picking his way as he tried to find some running room.
It was a counter play, and he sort of has to pick it. Here he is. It's a handoff back to the inside. Galbraith, he just don't want to. There's nothing there to run to, though.
That's a helpless feeling now.
I tell you, when you have no place to go.
Eric Williams.
All forward.
Second down, 11. Eric Williams has come in now defensively for the Cardinals. Zook almost jumps offside. There's a delay to Galbraith. Galbraith trying to break outside and nothing doing because Carney's there again. Tim Carney, who really rolls around at that middle linebacking spot. What a find he has been for the Cardinals.
Last year, they were looking for a middle linebacker, and he filled that bill for them. Is one of the real leaders on the ball club right now.
The best middle linebacking in the estimation of Joe Sodom they've had since they've been here in St. Louis. And he is doing the job. 6'2", 221, sixth-year man out of Northern Michigan. Third down, still 9 yards to go.
Saints have to come up with something right now.
Bobby Scott trying to do just that. This is Galbraith. Severson, 46. Severson in there as the 5th defensive back, came so close to picking off that pass intended for Galbraith at the 40-yard line. There's Jeff, former player with the Washington Redskins, Houston Oilers, Denver Broncos. Played very well for them. So on a 4th down 9, it's going to be Tom Blanchard kicking again. The Cardinals have had the ball twice. They've scored twice, and they're going to get it the 3rd time. This is Metcalf. There's Blanchard.
Now, Scott started off the ball game great. He had 2 for 3, but the last 5 has been incomplete. He's only 2 for 8 right now. 16 yards.
Big rush put on it. It's blocked. Been blocked by Kurt Allerman, and the scramble is on. Kurt Allerman, number 50, a rookie out of Penn State, was the guy that got there first, and he goes roaring off the field, and is he happy? 3rd-round draft pick for the Cardinals. Blanchard just didn't have a chance.
I think Blanchard bobbled the ball here a little bit. Let's take a look. Yeah, he did. It rolled right up his arms. He didn't have any place to go. Try to get rid of it. They touch it, and anytime they can get their hands on the ball, they can hit that kicker. And now it's a scramble to see who gets it.
Look at number 50, Allerman. Do you think he isn't happy? That's the kind of contributions a young rookie likes to make on the special team.
You know, we just got a report in that Jaworski was helped off the field in that game against Dallas and Philadelphia. It's still 7-6, though.
We'll keep you posted on all the activity throughout the NFL. So the Cardinals inherit the football at the 23-yard line, and they waste no time with Wayne Morris, but he's hit immediately by Grooms. Royce Grooms, third-year man from Tennessee Tech in the hole. Grooms, they say, is one of the fastest players on this team, regardless of the position he plays. Gain to the 20-yard line. He's going to bring up second down, 7.
He's also not only supposed to be fast, but he's supposed to be one of the real strong guys. He works for that police department down there in Dallas. I guess you have to be a little tough to get
about 6 or 7 of those guys.
Yeah, I know. They must be doing some community work down there. That's great.
From the 20 now, 2nd and 7. 1:21 to go in this first quarter. Hart to Metcalf. Metcalf to the 15, to the 14-yard line. Boy, he's got that ability to just kind of hurdle people, take a big step, and get the additional yard.
I'll tell you, here's again, though. Metcalf's coming across. Well, watch Morris. This is the other back has got to open up that hole. He kicks that linebacker out to the outside. Metcalf makes his hurdling move over the top, and he picks up that 5 yards or 6 yards as needed. Westbrook comes up and makes the tackle on it.
Boy, that first block at the point of attack, really big, and you can see Morris doing it again.
You know, this is one of the statistics that's really important that you really strive for, third down conversions. And to date right now, St. Louis is 3 for 3. Let's see what they do near.
Not too bad. 3rd and 1. Morris is stacked up. I don't know if he got it or not. Good reaction that time. Going to unpile. The ball is in the vicinity of the 14-yard line.
Should be close. Last week we guessed wrong on about 4.
I quit guessing. I'm not guessing anymore.
Let the officials do that one for us.
28 seconds. They're going to measure. They possibly 4-down territory, leading 14-0 with 28 seconds. Looked like Worley was headed in, though. Possibly they would go for the field goal. Let's see.
You know, they could really put this game out of control if they get another score here. I think they might as well go for it.
And looking at it, I don't believe they got it, Tom, did they?
I don't think so. Well, this is what coaches get paid for. They've got to make these decisions. Now, if I were down there, I want to go for the thing.
Well, let's see. The crowd here, sellout crowd in Busch Stadium wants to, but they're not going to. Bachman's going to kick.
That's why I'm not a coach. I'm going to go out for the first time to see if I can put the icing on the cake.
Bachman this year now, 4 of 10. Last week he attempted one from 50 yards against Philadelphia. And this is going to be a 30-yard attempt. Roger Worley to hold. 28 seconds left in the first quarter. The Cardinals trying on their 3rd possession to score for the 3rd time. Watkins' kick is blocked. It's blocked. Batted up in the air by Jim Merlo. Roger Worley's got it. Worley's thrown out of bounds. Coming over is Clarence Chapman. And there's a flag at the 20-yard line. Look at this. This is quite a scramble on this blocked field goal attempt by Jim Bakken. Good penetration on the play by New Orleans. Let's watch it.
Here's Jim kicking. The ball is blocked around. This is when it's called a free-for-all. Somebody gives a punch at it. I think that'll probably cause a penalty right there against New Orleans. You're not allowed to hit that ball or kick it. He races around the sideline trying to get some picked up. You don't carry the ball that way. He ain't allowed to do that. Those defensive backs ought to know better.
Well, he did last week when he picked off that one who went 41 yards. I think what we have, it's Merlo's the guy that bats it ahead. Let's see who blocks it, though.
It's just good penetration by the Saints. This is the kind of play you have to have if you want to stay into a ball game. The big man that got up there in the middle.
Looked like Bob Pollard, wasn't it, 82? Now, see Merlo, watch him, 57.
He just hits it.
Now, you cannot aid and abet that ball and move it up the field. Illegal procedure is the call now against New Orleans.
Oh, boy.
Worley trying to avert disaster, trying to get that first down somehow.
Oh, this is really going to hurt the Saints.
Bob Pollard has been given credit officially for blocking it. I'm going to wait for Red Cashin to explain all this.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the dark up here, too, because I can't quite understand what they're doing.
And I'm not sure that the Saints are going along with it very well, because now he's stepping off the yardage. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Now let's listen. Well, the microphone not working. Couldn't pick it up, but an illegal hit. And now Hank Stram. I think what Stram would be discussing is they had possession and would have penalty after possession.
I think this is going to be an interesting call. I don't know. I've never seen one like it.
Because the batting of the ball by Merlo did come after the change of possession. And right now the discussion is going on. And that's the reason I never wanted to be an official.
Well, that rule book is about 4 inches thick. And
well, we've got a delay in the action with 15 seconds to go in this first quarter. The Cardinals with a 14-0 lead.
Take me away, lover. I'm yours. I don't go with Mary Women. What are you doing? You're not Granada. Granada? This is my Mercedes. Hold tight. Didn't get into my Cadillac. Cadillac, that's the Granada. Alone at last, beloved.
Beloved?
Where's my bride?
You got that Mercedes with another man.
Another man?
The new Ford Granada. One way to tell it from Cadillac or Mercedes is its sticker price. When America needs a better idea, Ford puts it on wheels.
Are you still chained to? Gotcha. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor lets you walk away, free from nicks and cuts. Its 36 surgical steel rotary razor blades are safely protected inside 3 floating heads to give you a comfortable shave that's razor close, razor smooth, for up to 3 weeks on a single charge. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor. It lets you walk away from gotcha.
Well, now the ruling is illegal batting of the ball, so the play goes back to the original line of scrimmage. They step off 5 yards, which would give them the first and goal. The thing was, nobody had possession of the ball.
That's exactly right.
So it was not a dead ball foul. As an end result, that's the reason the ball reverted back to the line of scrimmage, a very costly penalty for New Orleans. Not only did they lose possession, but now the Cardinals are 4-down territory, first and goal at the 7-yard line. That's what it was. Had they had possession of it, then the penalty would have been assessed after possession.
Right.
At the 7-yard line. All right, giving off to Wayne Morrison. Morris inside the 5.
He hits that hole quick. I like that.
Pollard making the tackle. Pollard last year played in 8 games, had 8 sacks, then underwent knee surgery. But he is an extremely fine football player. Now that will be the end of the first quarter with the score. The St. Louis Cardinals 14, the New Orleans Saints nothing, as the Cardinals dominating this first quarter play at Busch Stadium.
You know, it looked like a light day, with nothing to deliver but posters for the AC Spark Plug Buy 7, Get 1 free sale. What could be easier, right? Wrong. Do you know how many places sell AC Spark Plugs? And everyone with a poster like this is selling 8 AC Spark Plugs for the price of 7, as long as supplies last. Sure, getting a free AC Spark Plug is a great idea. But you better move fast.
This fresh egg is going to help us sell this brand new Freeflex shoe from Freeman. Watch. You can do it with any new Freeman Freeflex. Let's use the same egg.
Do you know me? In places like this, I'm not always recognized. That's one reason I carry the American Express card. It really comes in handy on vacations, hotels, car rentals, ski equipment, and tennis lessons. After all, man does not live by golf alone.
To apply for an American Express card, look for this display wherever the card is welcomed.
The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
We start the second quarter of play. It's second and goal at the 4-yard line for the Cardinals. We said the first quarter was dominated by the Cardinals. Well, they had 65 yards rushing to the Saints 19, 81 passing to the Saints 16, 9 first down to New Orleans 2.
I wonder how much time of possession they had, too. That was interesting.
At the 4-yard line now, the Cardinals leading 14-0. And they're going to blow that play dead. Morris going in, but it will not count as we had some people moving before the snap of the ball. Illegal procedure against St. Louis. So they'll bring that one back 5 yards. Illegal motion.
Finally, the Saints got a break here.
You know that kick a while ago by Bakken, not only did Pollard get up, it didn't look like the ball got up very well.
It was a low trajectory as far as kicking it. It looked like he really shot it right low. That looked like the kind you like to kick from 55 yards out instead of right up close like he was there.
Look at that hand of Bob Young. He's playing with a lighter cast, but...
I don't know. That looks like a meat cleaver to me.
He's in our strongest men competition, and I tell you, he couldn't have done it with that hand the way it is right now.
I'll tell you one thing. He can't catch you for holding with that thing.
I guess not. So now it's 2nd and goal at the 9 after the 5-yard penalty. Pat Tilley in the game, the bottom of the screen. Morris again, 5. Wayne Morris, touchdown. Wayne Morris with a 9-yard run. And Morris has scored his 2nd touchdown of the day. And the Cardinals have scored on all 3 possessions today.
You know, this is the same play they ran before. Just that quick draw back up to the inside. And Morris follows his blocking, breaks a tackle there, gets into that end zone. You know, it's so important when a quarterback sets up for that pass to give that lead. Now watch it. Number 54 come around to the inside. He breaks to the outside. Morris just good hard running. Hits that hole quick. Gets in that end zone. Another 7.
Wayne Morris having quite a day. Jim Bakken attempting the point after. And Bakken's got it. So as we have gone through 5 seconds of the 2nd quarter, the St. Louis Cardinals have taken a 21-0 lead.
Just as soon as me and my 8 friends here finish up and get this wagon home.
Do you say Budweiser? Whenever the moment is right for a great beer. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, the king of beers is waiting for your call. When you say Budweiser, Budweiser, you said it all.
With the price of most things going up, the sticker price of Pinto, the best-selling American small car, is coming down. As of October 3rd, new 78 model Pintos with more standard features will have a lower sticker price than last year's model comparably equipped. Important features are now standard, like AM radio, power front disc brakes, rear window defroster, tinted glass, and protective body side moldings. Ford Pinto, more car for the money than last year. When America needs a better idea, Ford puts it on wheels.
The opposing coaches, Hank Stram, 15 years for the Dallas Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs, and Don Coryell. Coryell having a rule explained to him. Hank Stram last year directing his team to a 4-10 record. Jim Bakken kicking off. The Cardinals leading 21-0. Short kick. This is going to be Lynn Willis at the 30-yard line. And Willis out to the 31. The former Minnesota Viking who played at Ohio State. And now New Orleans in some problems. Trailing 21-0.
I'll tell you, that's a lot of catch-up football, but it's a long game. We got a lot of time left in it. Got another half to go. Part of this, almost the whole second quarter to go also.
The thing that impresses me, this team, the Saints, scored 42 points against Chicago, so they have had some fireworks at times. Bobby Scott, the quarterback. Gilliam to the bottom of the screen. Herman to the top. First down at the 30. This is Chuck Muncie. And Muncie is really annihilated. He just disappeared from sight that time because Tim Carney came flying over, and Ken Reeves, a strong safety.
Cleveland, up at that Great Lake area up there. Cleveland's ahead of Buffalo at halftime, 13-10. That's an interesting ball game. I think Cleveland's got a great team this year. They've come on strong. They started off the season right.
Buffalo last week shutting out Atlanta.
3-0. Can you believe that?
At the 29-yard line, a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Eric Williams now comes in as they've jumped into a 3-4 defense. Taking out a tackle. Scott back to throw. Good pressure put on. Mike Johnson and John Cook and Bobby Scott looked like he wanted to throw to the near sideline, but he couldn't even see the receiver.
That's a great pass rush by St. Louis again here.
Mike Dawson, the second-year man from the University of Arizona, who has vastly improved this year for the Cardinals.
You know, when you set up a screen pass, what you're supposed to do is slow those defensive linemen down a little bit. But they sure didn't.
Zucca got the hand on the ball, looks like.
Sook's knocked both of them down. Denver right now, Cincinnati. Denver, a surprising team this year. 17-0 over Cincinnati, third quarter.
One of 3 unbeaten teams remaining now in the NFL. Third down, 11 for the Saints. Scott, good protection this time. John Gilliam, what a catch! Nope, he can't hang on. Gilliam had it. Roger Worley was there. That would have been a remarkable catch if he held on to it.
It sure would have. Went up between 2 guys, came down with it.
Severson and Worley were double teaming him.
Here he is going up right in between. The ball's right there. He's stripped of it on the way down, though.
Roger Worley.
Good old Roger Worley, one of the all-time greats, I think.
Worley with 2 interceptions for the year. And now that means this guy, Tom Blanchard, will have to kick inside his own 15. Metcalf is back deep. 13:58 to go before halftime. St. Louis 21, New Orleans nothing. Blanchard with a 46-yard kick earlier today. He hits another nice one. Boy, can he kick the ball. Metcalf backing up now to the 22-yard line. To the 30, 35, 40. And Metcalf brings it out to the 44-yard line.
That guy is exciting.
Kim Jones coming up to make the tackle. With 13:47, the Cardinals lead by 21 points.
Panasonic invites you to take a picture of a voice with a Panasonic cassette tape recorder.
Things was a lot different than it is now.
All with built-in mics. Some with built-in radios. There are pocket models.
Should last another 50 years.
And even some that record in stereo.
Say something. Come on, say something.
So take a picture of a voice with Panasonic.
Say something, bark.
What's the matter with the love machine? I think I met Mr. Right.
Watch the love machine get turned on our own.
Fabulous.
Well, Tom Blanchard kicked that ball 51 yards. And Metcalf brings it back out to the 44.
You know, we've got some interesting scores right here. Houston 7, Pittsburgh 7. Another one that's really an upset going right now is the Jets 27, Oakland 14.
What did Denver do to Oakland last week? Jim Otis is now in the backfield, along with Terry Metcalf. There's a flag on the play. I think Metcalf started prematurely before the ball was snapped. Terry brings it out, and the ball is jarred loose. Who's got it? I believe the Saints may have picked it up. Let's see if it was blown dead. Derlin Moore, number 74, coming away. But now we've got a fight going on. Roger Finney going after it. He's joined there by Joe Campbell, the number 1 draft pick for the Saints out of Maryland. Frustrated Saints team right now, but
they got the ball.
They sure did. And the penalty was against St. Louis. I believe it was Metcalf leapt before the ball was snapped. So we've had some very complicated calls. There it is, the illegal motion.
You can see Terry starting out prematurely right there. He's going around the corner, breaks back to the inside. This is where he's got that ball out. Somebody comes from the backside and just knocks it out.
Now, he was carrying that ball, Tom, in his left arm, which I know Don Corio wants. Since wearing the cast on the right arm, there's Hank Stram. They have made him switch the ball to his left arm, and he's held on better prior to that fumble.
Talking about that Oakland Jets, there it is, third period. Jets 27-14. That's a young ball club, the Jets. They're coming along.
So now the Saints with a break. 13:40 to go, second quarter. Bobby Scott, play action, the chase is on. He gets it off to Childs. Childs is not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tim Carney was on a blitz. He came back in a hurry. They had to set that up quicker than they wanted. And Ken Rees ran number 85, Henry Childs, out of bounds.
You know, it's tough for a quarterback when he just doesn't have that time to drop that ball off. He hasn't got the time to set it up. They've got to slow that defensive line down some. St. Louis's defensive line is doing a great job here.
Well, they've given up 21 sacks, the Saints have. They did not allow one last week, however, against Los Angeles.
That's interesting because L.A. has a great ball club. We got a little penalty out here.
Personal foul against the Cardinals. So New Orleans now starting to get some field position to this game.
They need it to get back into it, I'll tell you that, Gary.
15-yard step off all the way to the 33-yard line.
Those are the kind that help.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 73, St. Louis, first down.
73 is Mike Dawson.
We got a halftime score here, too. Miami 24, Seattle 10.
Your old coach, Don Shula, going for win number 5.
That'll make him 5-1.
From the 33, the Saints with the first down. This is Tony Galbraith. Galbraith across the 30, the 25, and Galbraith to the 21, and that's a first down. Mark Arneson, who the Cardinal coaching staff felt played the best game of his career last week against the Eagles, made the tackle.
Galbraith's that big back. He breaks to the inside there, breaks a tackle right at the line of scrimmage, keeps those legs driving. That's what you got to do, is bury that head down. He's a big back.
6'1", 230 pounds. Number 2 draft pick last year. He was their most valuable player in the offense last year as a rookie. This is Galbraith again. Galbraith showing good moves as he comes inside the 20-yard line. Tony Galbraith has that dimension of receiving the ball very well. I think Hank Stram said he has soft hands.
Watch Galbraith when he gets this ball. The move he has to make, jumps to the inside to keep that drive going. It's a good play. This guy's a big back that can really move well. He had a 74-yard run last year, which was the longest for the Saints. That's moving.
Yes, it is. And last year, he caught 54 passes and gained 570 yards rushing. Second down, 7. Quick pitch to Chuck Muncie. Muncie's got a block from Galbraith, and he's going to use it all in.
Right.
Chuck Muncie took it in, but what a block that time by Tony Galbraith.
Just an absolute super run. The big back got it. Watch this move he makes. Watch Galbraith's block right here. Knocks him right to the outside. Muncie makes the move, tiptoes along that sideline. Worley misses pushing him out of bounds there. And he keeps his balance and gets in there. That's good running. He's a big kid. Looking at it from ground level, you can see how the back has an opportunity to pick his hole, breaks to the outside. Watch, sends the ball right there, comes across.
And he's a happy young man.
They spiked that ball.
Point after attempt by Zarro is on the way, and the Saints are on the scoreboard. It's now a 21-7 game with 12 minutes, 11 seconds remaining before halftime as the Saints now are trying to make a comeback.
Hey, Mom!
Oh, hiya, Sonny.
Stop sitting around, Mom. Let's take a ride in my new Ford pickup.
All right, let me drive. Oh, I can handle it.
This is the one that's built tough with Ford's exclusive twin I-beam suspension and a new 4-speed overdrive option. And extensive rust-fighting materials on underbody parts.
What you think, Mom?
You may think I'm off my rocker. This Ford is tough.
Of all Ford trucks registered over the last 12 years, 93 out of 100 are still on the job.
What does your money do in a full-service bank? Well, for one thing, it creates new jobs. 16 years ago, Premix was started in a small warehouse with money George Cole borrowed from his bank. Ed, our bank's helped all the way from new accounts to our first bookkeeper. Today, this company is international with 1,000 employees. Creating new jobs by creating business. No financial institution can help you and your community more than a full-service bank.
Well, Hank Stram now breathing maybe a little easier as Chuck Muncie just went 19 yards for a touchdown, 46-yard drive in 4 plays. His team now trailing 21-7 as Zarro a kickoff. Back deep is Terry Metcalf at the goal line. Metcalf is going to take it at the 5. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He may go. 40, 45. He is down to the 45-yard line. Wow. Zarro made a diving attempt, and then Jim Marsalis finally got him. But Zarro held him up long enough for Marsalis to get over there. That's a 52-yard kickoff return.
This guy is so exciting, Gary. It's just... Here's a replay right now, and watch how he picks that hole. And then he puts that speed on, he breaks to the outside, and just outruns people.
There's Zarro. I tell you, Zarro may have saved that play.
He sure did, because I don't know if anybody else is going to catch him.
52-yard return by Terry Metcalf. At the 44 now, New Orleans. Jim Otis in the backfield along with Metcalf. Tilly, the top of the screen. Gray to the bottom. Play action. Hart wanting to throw. Dumps it off to Metcalf, and Metcalf quickly to the 35-yard line. Excellent play that time. Metcalf doing the job. Hey, I want to remind everybody, don't miss a special salute to a legendary entertainer when CBS presents an encore showing of the anniversary gala honoring Bing Crosby's 50 years in show business. Tomorrow at 9:30, 8:30 Central, and Mountain Time. Bing Crosby.
A super guy. You know, we've got some other scores here. Green Bay has jumped out ahead now with Tampa 13-0. Atlanta and Chicago 6-3. Atlanta over Chicago right now. This is second quarter.
Hart now is 4 of 4 for 85 yards. You can't do much better than that. First down. This is Jim Otis. Otis just shoving people back as he comes inside the 30 to the 27. Big block that time by Bob Young. And Jim Otis hasn't seen a lot of playing time.
You know, Jim Otis, here he is right now. He's been sitting on a bench the last couple weeks. Gets an opportunity to get in there. He wants to show him he can still run. He's just knocking everybody out of the way.
There's Bob Young with that big paw. Boy, was he leading the way on that charge.
He got a little help from Otis there. He gave him a little push to get him moving.
From the 27, 2nd and 4. Looks like we have some people jumping around out there. Straight ahead. And I'll tell you, the Cardinals running the ball right at them that time. Jim Otis, Mike Foltz making the tackle. He is their number 2 draft pick out of Nebraska. Jim Otis, 1,000-yard rusher a couple of years ago. Last year gained 891 yards, had 5 100-yard days for the Big Red.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work when you get those 100-yard days. You know, this is a time when St. Louis is, the New Orleans Saints have got to dig in right here. If they want to keep this, keep this ball game intact, at least where they can come back, they've got to come up with some big plays right now there. Get a fumble or an interception or something. But Hart is doing a great job. He's mixing his plays well, running, passing.
2 tight ends, Kane and Smith are in. Metcalf again, and Metcalf inside the 20, hit hard at the 19-yard line. That time coming up was Ernie Jackson and Bob Pollard. Jackson had a dislocated elbow that he has had some problems with this year. The Saints have had 3 wide receivers out for the year. They lost a fine defensive back, Maurice Spencer, had Jackson hurt for a while. Look at that, Jim Otis, 18 yards. 5th player in Cards history to reach 3,000. He's a Buckeye from Ohio State.
He's one of my old buddies. He's a typical fullback there at Ohio State, big and slow, but can do the job.
2nd down, 7. Hart. This is Jackie Smith, and Jackie Smith fumbles the ball. And I believe the Saints come away with it. Jackie Smith is beside himself. He thought he had a touchdown. He was fighting for everything. All of a sudden, the ball is jarred loose, and the Saints have come away with it.
Say, this is just a pop pass. Hart reads it, drills it right into Jackie, and Jackie runs over that defensive back right there, keeps going, and the ball pops out. This is the kind of play the Saints had to come up with to stop this drive. Hart is great at this. He just reads that defense and pops it to that tight end. This is one of the things that Unitas used to do so well. He could pop that tight end and let him run.
That was Tommy Myers that jarred the ball loose from Jackie Smith, and then Joe Campbell, the young All-America from the University of Maryland, coming up with it. So the Saints have averted what looked like a touchdown, and now at the 5, they have it. The crowd chanting defense. 9 minutes to go now in this first half. In motion comes Childs. Bobby Scott, play action. And he hit Don Herman, and Herman's got a first down at the 20-yard line.
He gets him out of the hole. It was a great call, play action. Going away, the man in motion coming back to the left side, throws to the right side. Here it is right now. Good play action set up by Scott. Sets there, plants his foot, drills that ball right in there. Herman's right in the hole, turns around and gets that first down, which is needed.
Don Herman, kind of a reclamation project last year by Hank Stram. He brought him over if the Giants didn't want him anymore. And last year, he caught 34 passes. He's not fast, but he has the great hands. From the 20-yard line, first down. Chuck Muncie. Muncie, look at that move. 25, beautiful. 30, 35, 40, and Chuck Muncie is showing why he was the 2nd player drafted last year.
I'll tell you what, he put a great move on that defensive back. On Sensible, he gives him that old stiff arm that you read about in the books. Watch out, he's around the corner, the block by the fullback, comes up on Sensible. Watch the stiff arm right there. Just pushes him away. Got to be strong, push a kid like that away, and breaks down the sideline. A great run. This guy's a super back.
Tell you, in Galbraith and Muncie, that's what they're hitching their future on, and you can see why.